The band-assisted front lever gives athletes at every level the chance to get a feel of what it's like to perform the front lever proper. When used right, it can be a quality progression that ladders up to the skill itself, but even a few mistakes implementing it, and it can turn into an exercise that is an enormous waste of time. So today we're going to go through what we need to do to avoid the sort of mistakes that lead to so many of us ending up stuck on this progression, as well as how to use the band-assisted front lever in a program of work that actually ladders up towards the actual front lever. So jumping straight into it, in terms of what we actually have to do to perform the band-assisted front lever, the cues are very simple but very important. For beginners, it's very important that we choose a band that allows us to master all the form cues that we're going to go through today. So before progressing to a lighter band, if in doubt, choose a really heavy band to begin with. Place the band within each hand like this, loop it in the area between the waistline and the bottom of the glutes. The higher, the more difficult it will be. In terms of grip, I find slightly inward of shoulder width works best for me, and we want to aim to get our wrists over the bar as much as we can. This feeling will take some getting used to and may even be a little bit discomforting, so take it easy. Chalk will be your friend here as well, so use it if you need. Working up the arm now, and of course we want them to be fully straight. The front lever is first and foremost a straight arm skill, so anything less than full lockout at the elbow will not cut it. In all front lever work and progressions, we have two areas of focus, the shoulder and the hip. At the shoulders, we want to make sure that we have our scapula depressed and pulled away from the ears. We also want to be aiming for retraction, so pulling the shoulder blades together. But if our weight forces the shoulders apart, then this is not a problem as long as we're aiming for retraction in our minds. We're going to be pushing for downward rotation of the scapula to counteract our body weight. But actually for this, also visualize the hands coming down more in a V shape, down and together. This will make sure that the lats fire up so that they can do a job here as well. At the hips, we want to be pushing for posterior pelvic tilt, similar to that of a hollow body hold, and maintaining that head to toe tension. This will ensure that we don't end up with this lagging leg look in our front lever work or a pike at the hips, and that we have more of this straight line aesthetic. Like I mentioned earlier, there are some key mistakes that we want to avoid to make sure that we don't end up heavily dependent on the band in the future, and the first of this is to do with where we actually anchor the band in the first place. I see this a lot in front lever work, and I get why. Anchoring the band to a bar and then looping it under our feet seems like the most intuitive thing to do. So let me explain why this is a huge mistake. Calisthenics skills are also objectively stunning because we are able to display strength in ways that so many can't. And so when it comes to doing them, it's easy to forget that we're simply just applying force to particular areas of our body to offset gravity acting on our own weight. Bands change the game here quite significantly, and in order to keep their use productive, we need to ensure that they don't mess up this equation. By having the bands around the hips, we keep the force of the bands more in line with the force of the arms, supplementing the strength that we may not have yet. Having the bands on the feet bulldozes this entirely. Firstly, the band being here will give it more of a rotational role in the movement, and secondly, the band is more stretched when it's at the legs. Both of these things will make it harder to not let the band taking over from where the force should be coming from, namely the shoulders, and this is what leads to shaky, piked front levers. I mean, I'd like to think that we would all agree that when it comes to planche work, this wouldn't be the right way to perform a band-assisted planche hold, right? The same logic applies for the front lever. And another common mistake is not really monitoring exactly how we're using the band. Holding the band like this one day and then doing this on another will mean that we cannot gauge exactly how well we're progressing. Bodyweight skills are challenging enough to quantify without throwing in even more variables, so try to keep how we use the band as consistent as possible. Now, some of these cues might be quite challenging, so if you struggle with any of them, here is what I would use as progressions. First of all, pull-ups and rows. Harsh as it is, if you cannot perform at least 8 of the squeakiest, cleanest pull-ups, then this should be your priority before front lever progressions even enters your search history. And if you struggle with having the band anchored at your hips, then this is a signal that you really need to work on your hollow hold. A strong 30-second hollow hold is all that you will really need in order to be able to do this, so get those hips and core strong. When it comes to progressing towards a lighter band, start with the heaviest band using it just below the bum, then work to a point where you're strong enough to use the same band at the waistline, and then progressively decrease the band strength while keeping it at the waistline from here onwards. How I'd use band-assisted front levers in a typical workout, I would start with a few sets of my best unassisted front lever hold, so a tuck or an advanced tuck, and then I would throw in band-assisted holds here, no less than 20-second holds to get familiar with the movement itself. And then I'd follow this up with my strength work, so pull-ups and rolls with a very front lever focus in how I'm pulling. As we get stronger, we can layer on more challenging progressions such as the front lever raise or tuck front lever rows, all the while focusing on absolute quality of movement. Crowd, use these cues to ensure that the band are a boost to your strength rather than a crutch to it. And if you want to see how I develop my front lever, then check this video out right here.